All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is Trina Jones. Sorry for the delay. Had a little technical difficulties, but nevertheless, we are here and excited about tonight. Really excited for you guys that were able to join us. And if you're tuning in on a rebroadcast, thank you so much for watching. You guys are in for a really nice treat tonight. We have some phenomenal women on our agenda, and yeah, we'll just get right to it. So the first person that I would like to introduce is a friend of mine. Her name is E.Marie. She also goes by the Soulpreneur. E.Marie is an accomplished singer, songwriter, trumpet player, and music publisher. With her ability to translate lyrics passionately and sell stories, she gives new meaning to selling your soul, hence her title, The Soulpreneur. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you all to E.Marie.
Hi, greetings everyone. Can y'all hear me pretty good? You can hear me? Okay. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, I'm E.Marie. I'm going to share a few songs with you tonight just to get you in tune with your heart, your soul, all of that stuff. So let's get started. Yes, music is more than life to me, more than melodies and harmonies. It gives me love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul. That's love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul. Get your music and you use it. Your music and you use it. It's your music and you use it. Your music. It's more than life to me. Yes, music is more than life to me. More than melodies and harmonies. It gives me love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul. That's love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul, in my heart and my soul, in my heart and my soul. It's music. When you use your music, you can use it. Say it, everybody. When you use your music, you can use it. Yeah, music. I love music. It's my music. Yeah, yeah. Music is more than life to me, more than melodies and harmonies. I get that love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul. That's love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul, in my heart and my soul, in my heart and my soul, in my heart and my soul. You gotta love you some music now. He's your daughter's teacher, your school days friend. the delivery man that you didn't think you'd see again. He's helping his grandmother at the old folks' home, reading her books so she doesn't have to be alone. Yes, he's a good man. Yes, he's a good man. He's mentoring young men at the local center, 'cause he knows exactly how it feels not to have a mentor. He's a hungry musician waiting for his big break, always busy working on his craft and often staying up late. Yes, he's got heart, he's got vision, and not just trying to do, making plans right for tonight, so he's deserving of you. He's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. I love that good, good man, yeah, good, good man. 'Cause he's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. 'Cause he's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. He's your daughter's teacher, your school days friend. He might be a delivery man that you didn't think you'd see again. He's helping his grandmother at the old folks' home, reading her books so she doesn't have to be alone. Yes, he's a good man. I got a good man. Do you have a good man? Love your good man. 'Cause he's a good, good man. Yeah, good, good man. He's my good, good man. Yeah, good, good man. He's got heart, he's got vision, and not just trying to do, making plans right for tonight, so he's deserving of you. Yes, he's got heart, he's got vision, and not just trying to do, making plans right for tonight, so he's deserving of you. He's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. I love that good, good man, yeah, good, good man. He's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. 'Cause he's my good, 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 good man, yeah. 'Cause he's my good, 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 good man, yeah. He's your daughter's teacher, your school days friend, the delivery man that you didn't think you'd see again. He's helping his grandmother at the old folks' home, reading her books so she doesn't have to be alone. And he's mentoring young men at the local center, 'cause he knows exactly how it feels not to have a mentor. He's a hungry musician waiting for his big break, always busy working on his craft and often staying up late. I tell you, he got heart, he's got vision, and not just trying to do. He's making plans right for tonight, so he's deserving of you. Yes, he's got heart, he's got vision, and not just trying to do. He's making plans right for tonight, so he's deserving of you. 'Cause he's my good, good man, yeah, good, good man. 'Cause he's my good, good man, and yeah, good, good man. Do you have a good, 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 good man? Good, good man. I love that good, 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 good man.
Yes to the good man.
Yes, yes. No bad man, just good man. And when you're
Right.
good like that, that's what you attract.
That's right.
Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues on everyday faces. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues on everyday faces. Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues don't make the news. Does it make it not important? Because I didn't read about it this morning. Somebody cries every day. Somebody dies every day. And somebody asks God, why every day? And this is them everyday blues, happens every day. Everyday blues on everyday faces. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues happens every day. Everyday blues happens every day. What about the stories that don't make the news? Cameras aren't watching. The people aren't talking. The young mother who loses her child, or the old man running his last mile. Those are the stories that are everyday blues. Let me tell you about them everyday blues. Happens every day. Everyday blues on everyday faces. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues, everyday faces. Everyday blues don't make the news. Everyday blues can't see how they made it. What about the story that don't make the news? The cameras aren't watching, and the people aren't talking. No, no. The young woman who loses her child, or the old man running his last mile. Those are the stories that are everyday blues. Everyday blue. Everyday blue. It is some everyday blues, happens every day. Everyday blues on everyday faces, everyday blues. Don't make the news, everyday blues. Can't see how they made it, everyday blues. Don't make the news, everyday blues. Can't see how they made it, everyday blues. Happens every day, everyday blues. They don't make the news. They are the stories of everyday blues. I gotta get some water here. Y'all know about the everyday blues.
Yeah, take your time.
All right, I got one final song for y'all. Hopefully you enjoy this one. This is actually on the album, so you can purchase my product. I'm Perfect, Imperfect. In a world that's full of sorrow, there's a little girl who hopes for tomorrow. She's grown so much in 6 years, yet had to cry so many tears. Daddy was hardly around. Most of the time he could not be found. She has faith that he'll return. For his presence she yearns. Where's my daddy on my first birthday? Where's my daddy to share in my wedding day? Ooh, where's my daddy when I need him the most? Some little boy, little girl cries out from coast to coast. A young boy sits alone in his room, praying that he will arrive soon. He put on his very best for the first meeting. What else to expect? 2 days go by, he hasn't shown. Then at 5:15, he calls on the phone. And this is what the little boy said. There's many things that mama can, but she can't teach me how to be a man. Where's my daddy on my first birthday? Where's my daddy to share in my wedding day? Where's my daddy when I need him the most? Some little boy, little girl cries out from coast to coast. Now listen, mothers try their best to give the child all they need. A mother's love is not enough. They need a father's touch. Where's my daddy on my first birthday? Where's my daddy to share in my wedding day? Oh, where's my daddy when I need him the most? Some little boy, little girl cries out from coast to coast. Where's my daddy? 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 I wanna know where's my daddy? Can you tell me where's my daddy? Mommy, where's my daddy? I want to thank y'all. This was just some music I wanted to share with y'all, and such gratitude. Thank you, because music is more than life to me. More than melodies and harmonies. Gives me love, joy, and peace in my heart and my soul. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, E.Marie. Thank you so much for sharing your musical talent, your lyrics. We salute you and celebrate you. For those of you who are interested in supporting E.Marie, you can of course follow her on Instagram. Her Instagram handle is E.Marie Music. She also has a project available, I'm Perfect, and a play on imperfect. And you can also follow her on YouTube, 5431 Music. So please reach out and follow her and support. All right. I hope you guys are having a good time. We have our next poet up, Theresa Burrage. Theresa, oh my God, is a author, poet, and rapper. Her poetry has been published in several anthologies, including Poetic Voices of America and Free to Fly. She wrote copy while working at Liget Stashauer Advertising and was on one of Cleveland's National Poetry Slam teams. She also has a gospel rap CD for children titled Lyrics for the Soul. And she also has actually a new book out, which is available on Amazon, about things of life. About things of love, life, singleness, and other stuff. Again, you can look her up on Amazon and get that book if you're interested. And so without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Theresa Burrage.
Okay, you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's get started. Thank you so much, Elmira, for blessing us with those beautiful songs. Very inspirational. Some of my poems actually kind of touch on some of those topics. So let's get into it. I got about 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna go straight through. And this is from my book that Trina just mentioned. But this first poem is a dedication to Black women and all the different ways we wear our hair. And the poem is called Hair. Gelled, blow-dried, spritzed and weaved, colored, crimped, extended and teased, straight, curly, twisted and nappy, braided, permed, faded and kinky, bald, wigged, quick weave and sewn, glued, clamped in, clamped on and foamed, wrapped, molded, tied up and blown, roller set, cut short or grown out long, processed, hot comb, dreadlocked and colored, corn rolled, rolled up, pinned in and smothered, beaded, jerry curled, greasy and oil sheened, natural, unnatural, beautiful Black American queen. That poem is called Hair. All right, let's keep it moving. This next poem is not in my book, but it's just something I recently wrote. I'll just kind of talk about things that's going on in society today. It's called Immune. Immune to violence, racism, negligence, death by virus. This is normal to us, USA. I'm free. Do, think as I like. What's best for me, even if it kills me. You, mask off, fatalities by gunshots, Black bodies rotting in the sun, normal. A nation bleeds and we drink it excitedly. Could this be the fall of these entitled states of no unity? That one is called Immune. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go, I'm actually gonna go backwards through my book. So, and I'm gonna go from the back to the front. But this poem is about domestic violence, someone I lost from domestic violence. It's called A Chance to Get Out. I will see you again. You will be exactly how I remembered you, but sharper. You will have the baddest white robe on. Running the heavenly department of perseverance, you will be whole with that infectious smile and that oversized heart. All those people you helped, the lives you touched, death no more. What a terrible way to die. No one should have had to die that way. An angel was watching over your child. We all make mistakes, but sometimes our mistakes are fatal. Mine could have been. It wasn't right. It was evil. You tried to get out. You did everything you knew to do. You woke up and realized what you needed to do. Your actions will be remembered. The crack in the system was too large. The glitch in his mind was too far gone. No one can judge, but we can learn, which is what you would have wanted us to do. Somewhere, a woman is where you were. Someone still has a chance to get out. The next poem is touches on singleness. It's called Hole in the Ground, and just being single and dating. He cried up to my window, such a pitiful thing. His mind keeps him in bondage, the blood flowing in the wrong direction. I am not a hole in the ground made for you to do your business. Gather up the pieces of your life and find your purpose. A few months of pleasure is not a lifetime for me. Who do you serve? And why do you haunt, stalk, and terrorize me with your thing? I am not a hole in the ground, so get it off somewhere else. That is Hole in the Ground. All right, the next poem is called Working on Me. It's hard to look at myself. Cracked smile, duplicity, glitched personality, dichotomy, to come face to face with the hypocrite that is me. I want to paint the picture that I see, brush strokes of what I could be, two-piece day and night, trying to be consistent. I can hear the monster inside warring with the Holy Spirit. Be a new creation. I have to practice what I want to be. I have to listen and chastise myself, but this is not easy. I will judge the sin inside, take off the designer color code blinders, and work on me. This next poem is called A Bit of Me. All right. He didn't return my call, and that gave me peace. He wanted to know nothing about me. Well, I felt relief. He didn't ask me on a date, so I ordered Chinese. Love we didn't make, but I sure enough love me. Will I whittle away, or will I grow faint from despair? I don't think so, because without this, I will have peace, relief, Chinese, and just a little bit more of me. All right, let's keep it going.
Oh, I like that.
All right, this next one, I think I'm in my singleness section still, I think. Okay, so it is late. It is late, and I am silenced by the sound of my furnace. Listen, I rest in the moment, too chilled to move. I pull up a distant memory and I mull over it for a time. Then I file it away in the cold cases of my mind. I look forward to the night's rest, motioning towards my bed. The hustle of the day is now asleep. I would like to join it, for the sounds have quieted and I am a companion to myself. God awaits while I spend my time on someone else. He is still waiting gentlemanly. It is late. The next poem is called Stepdad, and this is a dedication to my stepfather. You made me feel loved. You held me and you told me I was pretty. I felt so safe with you. Knew you'd never try to harm me. You made me laugh. I would giggle until my stomach ached. You did that. You stood in the gap, stood in his place. You took the position without any promises. You took on the task of loving me. What can I give you in return? What can I say to this? Thank you. I believe they call you a stepdad because you stepped up to the plate. You stepped right in. You made a warm place for me. Where are you now? Because of you, I know what love is, and I will never forget you. Though you're not around anymore, I'll never forget. I'll always know a father's love. Okay. This next one is kind of short and sweet, and it's about sexual abuse. I couldn't dare tell you what he did because you loved him so much. I couldn't utter one single word. I knew that if I spoke on it, you'd probably try to kill him. And I didn't want to come between brothers. So even though I wanted to, I didn't. I kept the secret inside. I kept the man and the pain alive. That is abuse. This one, I think I'm in the life section. This is called Inside Out. I want to smile from the inside out. No plastered grin, pale within. I want to cheese and show all my teeth. Belting up the joy from my belly. Tell me a funny joke and watch the crackling swim up my stomach and out through my mouth. I want my whole body to feel happy. No fake emotions, no stubborn commotions. People can always tell. Make me smile, make me laugh. I want it to come from the inside out. Trina, how much time I got?
Oh yeah, you got time. You got about.
But I timed it. I did enough just for 15 minutes.
Yeah, you got enough for you got enough. You got like 5 more minutes if you want to do a couple.
I think I'm doing good. Okay, so I'm in the love section here. This poem is called Love Explained. It's useful to try to force it, and it's counterproductive to try to manipulate it, and it's depressing to question it. The Bible proclaims it, but engineers wouldn't dare make a blueprint of it. Chefs can't serve it up, and lawyers have a hard time defending it. Businessmen can't manage it, and mechanics can't fix it. A carpenter can't build it, but a minister, he sure enough can preach it. It's magical when you respect it. It's peaceful when you accept it. It's reality when it decides to leave and you let it. It adds years to your life when you ask God to bless it. Sometimes I miss it, and other times I want to forget it. Look to its author, the finisher of our faith, the Alpha, the Omega. He got it right. And y'all, boy, did he get us good. That's Love Explained.
Yes, love that.
All right, I got a few more, like 3 more. This one is called Nothing Left. When did we become friends? Was it while we waited for the relationship to end? Did we become friends when the breakup didn't mend? When? When did you begin to love me? Were we always able to pick up where we left off? And why didn't I hold on to you? Am I too picky, too careful, too preferential? I tried to piece you together, a customized man, 30-day money back guarantee, bits and pieces and pieces and bits, till my hands were empty, until nothing was left. All right. This poem is called Love Transformed, If You Let It. It is summertime, and I have occasional thoughts of you, our first walk, movie, kiss together. I can remember when love was first realized, a picture in a frame. But that time has passed, and love has taken another path. But love never dies. It never leaves us. It is only transformed from a feeling to a reality, to a decision, to a flower in full bloom, if we let it. And then my last poem for tonight will be, I Saw Cupid. I saw Cupid the other day, but he was not even looking my way. His arrows already named, but my name was not among them. I saw Cupid the other day, riding in his van, equipped with GPS, charting out his plan with his love maps in hand. But my street was not even within his glance. I saw him perched behind a bush, waiting for her to walk out, just as she should. He stopped to text somebody, and then back to business he went. Dialed up another on his iPhone, his appointment he dare not miss. I saw Cupid the other day. You know, he caught me staring at him, and he just rolled his eyes at me. I saw Cupid. All right, that was my last one. Thank you again, Trina, for having me. Thank you for allowing me to share my work.
Oh, my pleasure. No, thank you so much for sharing your work. That was phenomenal. I really appreciate it. He looked the other way, huh?
He was like, "And you, I can't help you." No. All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute. Thank you.
Okay. No, thank you. Everyone, thank you so much. Let's give it up for Theresa Burrage. You can clap in the comfort of your own home. That was a phenomenal pieces that she shared. Be sure to show your support to the artists. They took time out of their weekend to share their gifts, just to share their gifts with you. So make sure it's important that we support each other. So again, if you want to support E.Marie, she has a music project out called I'm Perfect. You can get more information from her by checking her out on her Instagram page, E.Marie Music. And then Theresa Burrage is available on Facebook. You can look for Theresa, look her up by Theresa Burrage. And then of course, her book is available on Amazon, titled About Things of Love, Life, Singleness, and Other Stuff. So be sure to check it out. All right, next up to the virtual mic is none other but Kisha Nicole Foster. She is an author, and forgive me for my spelling, I do know how to spell. She's an author, poet, and teaching artist, a mother, nationally performing poet and teaching artist, the author of poems, let me get my copy, 1999 to 2014, and Blood Work. Foster is also a 3-time Ohio for the Center for the Book Fellow, regional coordinator for Poetry Out Loud, Ohio's Art Council, and a 2-time Pink Door Fellow. Foster uses her expression, just for those who don't know that word, as a conduit towards healing and fostering truth within language, allowing mistakes and humility to guide her craft. And I apologize about that, Kisha. I fixed the Instagram handle. But I'll just say real quick, Kisha is one of my favorite poets. And you guys, Kisha and Theresa, one of my favorite poets. Theresa is the reason why I kind of got into poetry. And then when I seen Kisha perform, and you'll witness this in a minute, just the power that drives behind her words. Like, she's convicted by the things that she speaks. And that's what we all about here on Spoken Music. If you're gonna say something, say something. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Kisha Nicole Foster.
Hey everybody, peace. Okay, so we're gonna start some poems. Okay. I just recently graduated from Cleveland State University, and so in that we were doing one of my classes was advanced poetry, and we had to do a lot of forms and poems of the like. And so the first assignment was a sestina. And those out there that's watching it, if you know me, you know I love a good sestina. And so we had to write one. What I did this time though was kind of follow the traditional form. And these N words were used by Elizabeth Bishops and her sestina, which is pretty cool. So, his heart, a multi-unit foreclosed house, discipline instilled by his grandmother, memory, a disappointed child, clear window well, a dim basement, lit stove. His mind puzzles, reads Arab almanac. He gains knowledge to block his flow of tears. White told Black man not to cry, dry, wet tears. Pool them in broken sink that is your house. Sweep kitchen dirt floor like your grandmother. He remembers her with hung almanac. Preserves her speech in castor pot on stove. Shelters new fears, a sad inner child. When he dreams, he is a forgotten child. When he wake, his clothes steep from bleach blue tears. Nightmares boil on purified copper stove. They snake up the siding of his single house. Ears strain to hear the hum of his grandmother. Forecast his today, farmer's almanac. Black men's dead bodies battered almanac. Black men's dead bodies once a fun brown child. Black men's dead bodies wail for grandmother. Black men's dead bodies wilted Negro tears. Black men's dead bodies yearn to hug their house. Black men's dead bodies find warmth around stove. In the hood, when it's cold, we stand over stove. Hands cup heat translate almanac. Gives directions home, back to the poorhouse, where there is a muffled mouth, starving child, whose mother works paycheck to pay the tears. Mother repeats gate from her grandmother. Black man arrested calls his grandmother. She answers, weary, cornbread hot on stove. Tells him she adores him, stifling her riled tears. Serenades to him the world almanac. Points out the correct way to rear a child. Says she will wait for him outside her house. He will drop stone tears. Scribe the almanac. Miss his grandmother. Make love to her stove, show heart to his child who inherits house. So that is the Sistina. In that class, we had to write again, a bunch of form poems. I can't remember the form of this, but you'll hear it. The title is Bunny, Tache, and Me. We smiled when the sun went down, took our shoes off and skipped with our sins. Tore our skin to shreds, walked in the dirt, giving away our hearts without benefit. Took our shoes off and skipped with our sins, helped the men we loved steal from us, giving our hearts away without benefit. Love hurts, and still we ached for it by any means. Helped the men we loved steal from us, with smiles, broken promises, insecurities. Love hurts, and still we craved it by any means. The dragonfly reminds us there is hope. With smiles, broken promises, insecurities, we ballooned when the sun went down. The dragonfly reminds us there is hope. Tore our skin to shreds, walked in the dirt.
Wow, that was powerful.
I don't even read that one, so yeah. This was a poem because even though we were in school and the pandemic happened, we still had to do our classes. And so our semester, in the middle of the semester, we had to switch to online classes. It was crazy. And one of our assignments, March 24th, 2020, one of our assignments was to write a conceptual poem. So conceptual poetry is not following any of the rules. It's breaking the rules, and it's out the box. And so I figured, what a better time to write a conceptual poem than right now while we are doing this pandemic. So bear with me on this. I've never read this poem either, so okay. And I love this poem though. And this poem is called "And Blink Your Eyes." When the moon cycles, does it bleed? These days are face masked and sanitized, covering a virus we cannot see, in haste, spending money, adding to an international debt, eyes hungry, thinking, The audacity of the grocery worker to ask for weed from the man with a business suit, as if the worker has time to inhale. And the panicked line I hear when I went to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, it towered over me as if it were a dinosaur. It has solid beams and bright lights. 6 feet behind 2 women in business suits, another voice says, well, the beams weren't that solid and all the lights weren't bright. Some dimmed and flickered. I think she must know because she was there. She might have touched those beams. She may have been jilted by a lover under the dinosaur and counted the dead lights. Night brain secrets cloaked under the stars. I wonder if they reveal lies. I live in Cleveland. It never storms in Cleveland. It just changes its clothes and hops in the water every now and again. It shifts and shuts down. It swings in a political state. It turns red and burns, accepts bribes. I'm running on because I am running on forms of confusion, and maybe conceptual is too dislodged flow. Spring up thoughts out of nowhere, infect the eyes, blindside the people. I can't get too close to a stranger to whisper, or I may get a virus. If I could, I would name the stranger Leon and say, why do you walk with a limp? He'd say, polio. I'd say, damn. He'd say, pan down. The president of the United States is good, says rednecks and bubble guts, says red pundits and pork bubbles, says red-faced racists and bingo apes, says right-wing turkeys and jowl meats, says white supremacy and picnic baskets, says corporations and cocaine sniffers sit over mirrors reflecting their evil. The snow is blowing in haste as they sneeze after sniffing. The snifter of pus leaked from dead bodies they have poisoned. You seem shorter in real life, is what I tell the imaginary man in my dream who towers over me like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I imagine in my dream, always brush your eyes and blink your teeth. I mean, always eyes your brush and blink teeth your. Ugh. Blink your brush and eyes your teeth, always. Trying not to pan worry with my pan toddler. Keep telling myself in Shakespearean, to not survive is not an option. I can barely think straight. This is another sentence ending in an exclamation point. If I were to see a blackbird next to a dove, struggle singing, because in a pandemic, race doesn't matter, I will look them in the eyes, be the only moving thing, tell them, keep going, you're almost there. This is actually, these 2 poems are ekphrastic. Well, this one poem, I believe I have like 4 minutes. So this poem is an ekphrastic poem, and it is called The Only Moving Thing. And what an ekphrastic poem is it's a poem written after a work of art. That's it. That's an ekphrastic poem. So this is one, and then I'll read the last one, and that'll be about it. So thank you for having me. Thanks for watching, Trina. Thank you for putting this together. This is called The Only Moving Thing. In chaos, the only thing moving is what doesn't speak, what sweats and keeps talking. Keep it together, keep it 100, keep it positive on the ones and twos. It takes time to unlearn, show patience, stop gossiping, start learning, put the telephone down, YouTube Crest Welsing, feed the brain. Thought never stops in sleep. It becomes a 90s punk band. Ask us to not snore. Wants to push out hates and name calling and curses. Wants the word to be in one book. It's in tens of thousands though. Meditating is praying. Sorry, everybody. Meditating is praying. Washing dishes is worshiping. Tithing is buying breakfast for a friend. Giving your last 20. Believing it will come back tenfold, 10-4, tinfoil, tin Lizzie. The only moving thing in war and now is hate and supremacy. And we can't keep gasping our plans behind blank pages without italics and vegetables, part vegan, pescatarian, craving steak during cycle. The only moving thing at all times are my feet. My heart it beats to the drums in Africa. I have love for everyone, just more for my Black self, my Black daughter, my Black son is in the sky. Blackbird sings Nina Simone. My pupils collage paper is tears. You see me sad, only moving the thing in my tongue, clicking the roof of my mouth, where pyramids look rough and rouge. Only the moving thing should be your heart beating, empathy clasping, loving yourself, then someone named another. We speak our thoughts about race, a psychological dis-ease that has people acting unjust, acting ignorant, wailing in our sleep. REM futters the mind and dream occurs. This is where your mind advances. The thing only moving when all else stops is the cat that licks its paw on the corner stoop under the stars, Sirius A and B invisible, gaining blue-black force, Digitaria. There is a history that is growing more red, more hateful. Smiles are slithered, slanted to give the illusion of kind. Absolute energy will let you know we just need to breathe and let correct fill our veins. Let it sit there. Cease. Wrap yourself around a street pole. Place your ear to the sidewalk. Let the bloody pavement serenade names. Place your palm on a tree bark. Let the nectar of Black bodies drizzle fingers in a room full of sheep and standstill people. Be the voice that asks luxurious questions, body suffocated with rugged answers. A loud voice to serenade, the only moving thing that stands up for those that are muted by brutal morph into the checks and balances that have disappeared with the detained children. The only moving thing that matters is time. Don't stick. Become unhinged and daring. Embody revolution. Knowledge the self. Free your dome for freedom. If you see a Black bird in a frame, surrounded by opaque, struggle singing for air to breathe, because most times it cannot. Please give yourself permission to be the only moving thing that is not full of fear. Oh, it's right on time. Okay, yay. Okay, that's it. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Kisha, if you got one more you want to share, go for it.
I do. I got one more.
Okay.
Let me do it. Okay, cool. Okay. This is very quick. It's a very quick poem. Again, it is another ekphrastic poem, and this is what I'm going to end it with. This is a poem called "Run Down My Body." It is after Liz Moggins, who was a visual artist. What are we running from? Number one. Escaping racism on foot. Sweat runs down cool face, confusing mind, clouding perspective, running an emotional gamut, witnessing faces speaking in angst, observing actions of mass-faced people, clouding and crowding. Holla stop, then stand on our feet. Because standing is grounding, is not falling down under baton, dying in chokehold, feet off ground, grounding into pavement under knee of this country. Say standing in stance to run, education of home versus people, from laws segregating families, run empty mouths, dumb, deaf, and blind, escaping solitude, pummeling into the eyes of hate and systemic racial abuse. Say cry wolf cry, running and howling to the moon, serenade your karma. Says the moon is woman scorned. You keep killing her babies. Say run back to your heart before you were shown supremacy. Say run home to your cross where you bear your sins. Say hate, I name you. I run you my veins. I open door to home, strip my skin of you, escaping the escape riot that gathers for you. Run naked into sheep's clothing, stand amongst the darkness, bring it in close and adore its shadows. Say work, shadows, work. Take the life of me to be silent, so I run. I create visual art as literal. I win a prize and throw it on my altar. Praise my astro. Bend overhead, hanging palms on knees. Standing up, child's pose. Exalting trauma of the land. Conjuring ancestors I've not known. Say run, woman, run. Because you are mother birthing civilization. Legs split wide, pushing out rebirth. Building a home for its growth. Taking a shower under the sun. Clothing myself. for the trails to trek on, preparing my divine self to run. That's it.
Wow, that was phenomenal. Thank you so much, Kisha. Excellent. Y'all did so wonderful. My apologies. 1 second. Let me share the screen again. So again, I told you guys were in for a treat tonight. So I'm so glad that you tuned in. Again, if you are interested in supporting Kisha, you can follow her on I am Kisha Nicole Foster. And like I mentioned, she also has 2 books available, Poems 1999 through 2014, and also Blood Work. Kisha, can you speak to how they can get your pieces?
Okay, yeah. So no, you can just find me on IG and it is I am Kisha Nicole Foster. That's how you spell my name. And then on Facebook, it's the same. That's where you just DM me and ask me, and I'll make sure I ship it to you. Get it right out to you. Blood Work and Poems 1999 and 2014. And I also make shea butter. So I have a company, Shayganics. SAGAGANIX, Shayganics. So if you can go to that website and order butter. Is butter from Africa. Is handmade, whipped. So yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. I'll definitely give me some. I gotta get Kisha's book, and I gotta get your Blood Work book because I don't have that one.
Oh yeah, I got some copies. Yeah.
And Elmira's I'm Perfect project as well. So thank you all so much. If you guys wouldn't mind just coming off of show your video real quick, and I'll just let you maybe say, everybody we'll cycle through each guest, and if you want to just say something to cap off the night.
All right.
Oh, I'll go. I just want to say thank y'all for showing up and listening, because sometimes it's not easy because you're like, I wrote this stuff, but are people really going to like it? Because it's me. I'm putting myself on the line. But I just say I appreciate you all so very much for listening. And y'all were great too. I was over here I was thinking I was at the poetry joint. I was snapping and then I said, okay, come on now.
Okay, thank you, ladies. I had a great time. Wow, I was really inspired. I learned a lot. I didn't know some of the different types of poems. I think I heard a conceptual, but I hadn't heard of the other 2. So I'm gonna have to get and do my research. But yeah, I was really blessed by the music, the poetry, and thank you, Trina, for thinking about me. This was a wonderful idea and a great way to get people to celebrate National Poetry Month. And thank you once again for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I feel the same way. It was a great night. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the music. I enjoy your poems. Thank you so much. Those poems was hitting home.
Thank you.
Yes.
Trina, thanks for just putting this together and for thinking of me and for thinking of all of us. I know it's probably hard for a lot of us to get back to our craft in public. So this definitely does serve a purpose. So thank you so much. And everybody listening, thank you for listening to us. It's really, it's not easy. So thank you for just giving us support. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you all so much. I really, like I said, I really appreciate you. I just reached out to each of my guests and they were on board from jump. So I just really appreciate it. Thank you for taking out your time on this Saturday. And we'll be, like I said, we'll be broadcasting this on Instagram at Spoken Music. And we'll also rebroadcast it on YouTube at Say Something with a 1. So make sure if you enjoyed this, make sure to follow our page, Spoken Music on Facebook or Spoken Music on Instagram. And I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Take care.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Thank y'all so much.
Good night.